It's claimed that homelessness is a drug and mental health issue. While there is an association, this is by far not the primary reason. Again, look at this map. Homelessness rates are concentrated in the West Coast and in New York State. And then look at this map of overdose mortality from CDC data. Notice New York is now doing better than their neighbors, and the West Coast now follows the national average. Notice that the centers of the opioid epidemic, West Virginia and Tennessee, have really low levels of homelessness. Now, often after folks experience homelessness, they begin to use illicit substances. And so we do see a loose correlation between rates of illicit drug use along the horizontal axis and the rate of homelessness along the vertical axis. But we want to know what's the direction of the causation. This paper looks at a database of nearly 4,000 individuals. Substance abuse and mental health were a combined 33% of initial homelessness experience. That means 67% were caused by a housing crisis or a youth to adult or other family transition. And they find that most drug use happens after homelessness as a rite of passage into the homelessness culture or as a way of dealing with the reality of homelessness. Another paper carefully analyzes the causal relationship, and they find that after controlling for observable characteristic, the association between substance abuse and homelessness is unlikely to be causal. Now let's look into mental health. At the state level, there's not much of a correlation. The rates of serious mental health along the horizontal axis are slightly negatively correlated with the rate of homelessness. But as you can see, it's pretty noisy. In fact, if we just look at poverty overall, we find a negative relationship. A higher poverty rate in a city or a county is strongly associated with less homelessness. And this checks out. The state with the lowest homelessness rate is Mississippi, one of our nation's poorest states. Why? Because rents are low in Mississippi. Housing affordability is the primary cause of homelessness. People don't live in a home because they can't afford to live in a home. Build more housing.